On July 7, 2023, I got laid off.
The tech sector shed more than 386,000 jobs in 2022 and the first half of 2023, related to the crypto crash and the failure of the Silicon Valley
Big
Bank.
tech companies like Meta, Google, and Amazon have been laying off a staggering amount of workers.
Up to 18,000 employees are getting fired starting this year.
I've been working for 7 years for some of the best companies in the world. I started with making 8,000 rupees per month, and when I got laid off, I was making close to 2 lakhs per month. This is the video about my whole journey. This video is not about layoffs. In fact, it doesn't even matter what job you're doing, if you're working or if you're someone who's close to retirement. This is just about life and work, because I'm going to reflect and break down everything that I did in the last 7 years to have made it such a terrific career, and everything that I wish I did so that you don't do the same thing and have a better career. So stay tuned. We're gonna have to dial it all the way back for you to fully understand how I did what I did in the 7 years, why the layoff happened, and why I'm sitting here and making YouTube videos in front of you. So let's go. In 2016, when we were about to graduate, all of my classmates were focused on which MBA to do. And if anyone would ever ask me, I would just say I wanted to work. I was so excited to work. The very fact of working, being independent and earning money had me hooked from the go, and there was no second thoughts. Like, I was that person. In fact, even before graduation, I managed to get a job, and that job was a very strange one to start with. I knew this, everyone around me knew it, but I would just be like, see, I have to look for a job. I'd have to sit at home and look for a job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work this job and look for a job where I'll get practical experience. Also, I don't have to sit idle. That's how bad I wanted to work. So I did it. I graduated on a Friday. I joined work on a Monday. Let me tell you what that job was and why I called it strange. When a pregnant woman delivers her baby, the umbilical cord that connects the mother to the baby has medicinal benefits. Some companies offer to preserve this and safeguard this cord because it has medicinal benefits. My job was to talk to pregnant women and convince them that we have to keep this cord because in the future it might be useful to them, and if they agree, manage this whole thing. Yeah. And I have no exposure to medicine, hospitals. In fact, I don't even take medicines when I'm sick. That is how all of this is to me, like, very strange world. I'm going to do this and look for a job because I don't want to sit at home. Like, that's the kind of attitude I went with. I felt like I had been transported to some other planet, like from college straight to a hospital. But I was like, okay. And I just learned everything that I could. And in 2 months, I hit my goal. I actually managed to get a really prestigious job, which I thought would change my life in a positive way. We'll visit that now. But yeah, this experience was really good. I really learned a real life work experience. I loved the fact that I was doing something so meaningful, like literally saving lives. So absolutely loved that feeling. I finally get my prestigious job. I do not want to name this company because it is considered one of the best companies in the world. Me and everyone I know have not had such a positive experience, but I will give you a little puzzle for you to figure out the name of the company. Let's just say there was a man who was very young, who was not very earnest. If you work there or if you know this company, you should figure it out. I don't want to name it. Anyways, I got this prestigious job. Everyone around me was ecstatic. They're like, you have made it. People I knew, like older friends and family who've been, like, I was 20 at that time. I remember I was 20 at that time. Everyone around me were like, how did you do this? We're 30 and this company is our, gold company. And I was like, man, I've made it. So I joined with another sea full of fresh graduates like me who were all thought that we've made it in life. Little did we know. Okay. Anyways, I joined. Instantly, I caught on that there's something wrong, like the culture is toxic, because I actually had worked at a hospital where there are life-threatening issues, especially with pregnancy, which is such a serious issue, and people would still treat their employees well. Here there were petty issues like someone would not know how to do VLOOKUP. They are insulted, abused, and absolutely traumatized. From the day one, I established clear boundaries saying, tell me what my job is, I will do a good job at it, but I'm not here for the long run, so don't think that you can exploit my personal life balance for it. And I say this not lightly. Every single day in the floor, someone would break down crying. Oh my God. Anyways, I didn't have such a bad experience, but still not something great. Just survived, tolerated, and somewhat made the most of it. 2 years done, and that's when Amazon came into my life. Oh my God. My career grew from somewhere to, in 5 years, I've moved 3 teams, I've got promoted thrice, and my compensation is shot up only because of the kind of culture they hold. And I've worked very hard in these 5 years and I've enjoyed it. That's the best part. Unfortunately, it all came to an end on July 7th because my entire team was laid off, just like so many other teams were laid off. It was very, very difficult. It's been 2 months now. It's given me some time to reflect. That's why I'm making this video. I'm going to summarize and break it to 3 things. 3 things that I did really well, which I hope you learn from and try to incorporate it. 3 things that I did not do, which you should do to make a better career than mine. The first thing that I did really, really well, own your career direction. From the day one that I started working, let it be at that hospital, at that toxic workplace, to Amazon, in all of 7 years, I have owned my career direction. I never thought of it like normal, freshly graduates do, thinking of it. My manager owns my direction, my manager owns my promotion. No. I get into a job, analyze what is the environment here, what is the job, what do I want from it, and I get that. Like some roles, I've been like, you know what, no matter what it takes, I'm getting promoted here. I want to learn this skill. And I did whatever I could in my power to get that. Some roles, I'm like, I don't want anything from this. I'm just looking to survive here. I did the bare minimum, did a decent job, get out of it. So when you have that clarity, you drive your career direction. Nobody is driving it for you. So I would highly recommend anyone to do this. Doesn't matter what you do in life, which job you have. Get into the job, look at the environment, see what you want from it. Set that goal. When you have that clarity, you will achieve it, and that way you will be the happiest person working always because you're driving your own direction. It's not in someone else's hand, and this is what I would recommend. Please define your own career direction and simply drive it. The second thing is non-negotiable good performance. Okay, hear me out. I know you might think that, okay, of course we've got to do a good job. It is not so obvious, and in my experience, I have simply seen otherwise. So you don't have to shoot for to the stars exceptional performance if you don't want to. That is not what I'm here advocating. But if you're at a job and you want to stay there, always perform well, even if it's bare minimum. This is something I practiced no matter where I'm working, what role I did. Okay, I have never had escalations on my performance. At times where I simply didn't want to do, to the stars performance, I have still done the bare minimum, never got bad remarks on it. And I made it very clear to my manager or whoever was supervising me at the point, saying, hey, I'm not looking to go above and beyond. I just want to do a good job at this point of time. Simple. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, I'm going to smash all of your expectations and simply be the best time performer you've seen for 3 years in a row. And I've done that. So what I'm saying is, I've never had a bad performance remark, and that is something I absolutely encourage everyone to, because your performance drives your career. Only because I've had a good performance throughout, the people in my team actually listen to me and I've had a good career. Imagine I'm a terrible performer and I go up to someone asking me a leave. They will probably be like, oh, do I have to? Or if I ask them for any benefit, any help, any guidance, or my input, they will simply not value it and respect it because you're not doing it well enough. For example, if you're an accountant, you have to be good at accounts. Only then when you give your opinion for a team problem, when you want a special project, when you want a leave, when you want anything XYZ, all of that will be considered if this is good. Your performance should never be bad. It should be at least decent. Great out of the world is up to you, but that is something that I've always practiced, and that is what has helped me have a happy career, because performance is really everything. Third one I am very happy about is my work-life balance. I have never mindlessly compromised my work-life balance, and I'm immensely proud of it, especially now because I've got laid off. When I look back, I can feel like, okay, all these 7 years, I've enjoyed so much. I've done so many things in my life. I've developed so many hobbies. I have so many other interests that I'm pursuing now, clearly. But if I was just someone who was mindlessly working for 14 hours straight for 7 years to please someone or to do something, I would have lost my personal life, my fitness, my interests, my hobbies, everything would have gone out of the way. I'm very, very proud of that. And I highly recommend this to everyone. It doesn't matter what you do, your personal life comes first. You can get laid off like this, you can get fired like this, or the world can shut down, COVID can happen, anything can happen, but your personal life is the one asset that you have. So please have really good work-life balance, and I'm very happy that I did. The first thing that I wish I did, not utilizing benefits. I don't know how this habit started. For some reason, any excessive benefit that my company was offering apart from pay, I would never look into it. So many great benefits, like it can be extracurricular activities, sports, and mental health benefits. Any benefits that is not directly related to my role, I was like, who's got time for that? But I really, really regret it, because now that I've had time to think, I could have done so many other things with the benefits which I'm paying out of my pocket now. Please, if there are, it doesn't matter what you do, even if it's something you don't plan on staying for the long term, so what? Your job is not just your pay, it's the benefits too. So please look into that and make the most of it. The second thing, quit when you have to quit. I'm talking about the second job where I said I stayed for 2 years. I did not quit because everyone around me was like, this is the most prestigious job. All of that got to me and I didn't quit when I should have. I look back at it now because in that 2 years, I could have just cut it short to 6 months or 1 year because it was a bad experience. And anyways, later I got Amazon and for 5 years, I've had a terrific experience. So when you're starting out, people really get into your head saying that, okay, you're working for this company, you should do everything in your power to not leave it, even if it's the worst company on earth. So that is something that I wish I knew, which I regret. I should have quit. I would have anyways got Amazon. I would have anyways got a better job. Why was I staying there? Because everyone around me thought it was too prestigious to quit. That's something I regret. The third thing, professional networking. I corrected this later, but initially I wish I hadn't. I would have a set of friends, like wherever I go, I made a set of friends and I would absolutely have the time of my life with them. And then I would work with my team. That's it. I have work friends, that's it, like my team, my work friends. But what I didn't do is go out there and talk to other people working in the company because your company has tremendous talent, right? I didn't go up to them, I didn't be like, hey, tell me what you do. I didn't try to network, I didn't try to add them to my LinkedIn profile early on. I learned this later and I started doing this in Amazon, but to think of the kind of amazing talent that I don't have in my network just because I didn't do that is a damn shame. So if you're working, go up to someone working who is not a part of your team and just interact. Be like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what is the project you're working on? What does your role entail? Can you just tell me a little bit about it? Add them on your LinkedIn. It is of terrific value to learn from one another. I did not do this. I did not do enough professional networking in the start of my career. So I really hope you do. This was a lot to unload and extremely personal. Nobody even knows I got laid off because it's not something that you go out there advertising except a handful of people in my life. And I'm making this YouTube video because it can be of value to someone. Like, of all the things I did, hopefully you can pick one or two, and of all the things I didn't do, please pick everything and do it so that you can have a much better career. It's been 2 months now, so I'm just tapping in on all of my interests, hence YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and even if one person benefited from this video, I am very happy. Please subscribe to support my journey. Thank you. Bye.